Very good morning to all of you. My name is Aditya Iyer. I'm the co-founder of NeoTrader, and I'm really happy to be doing one more live market analysis and trading session with all you wonderful Neo traders who have logged in today. So, good morning to all of you. And it is a Thursday. It is the day of a weekly expiry. It is the day when we are going to again have a look at uh, a lot of the macro, because as many of you would have read that the inflation print was released yesterday in the by the US Fed, and all eyes were on that in the evening and in the night. So yes, maybe a lot of things in store today. Maybe a lot of macro views are something that we may have to keep in mind. But as always, we will begin our session by analyzing the markets, analyzing the Nifty, Bank Nifty, and focusing on what to do today. Okay, so yes, good morning, Rajesh, Ayagaraswamy, good morning, Vetri, Jay Kumar, Rohit Chaudhary, Atma Rao, Shiv Kumar, Jawar Raj, Abhay Deshmukh. Good morning, all of you guys. Please, I hope my screen is visible clearly and my audio also is perfect. Yeah, if both of them are okay, just put a thumbs up on the chat then, and we can start off. Okay, so first let's go and let's discuss this situation about inflation. Okay, so what I saw was that inflation, the US inflation came in at 9.1% CPI, which was the highest level after 1981. So the last time this happened in the US was what, I don't know, 40 years ago. Yeah, 1981. Okay. What was estimated was around 8.8%, and what we saw was 9.1%. That is why all this halla about inflation, okay, is what is happening. Another say outcome of inflation would be the Fed rates. Okay, the interest rates are linked to this, and the fact that inflation is spiraling there was already there was already a consensus that was building up that on 26th July, which will be the next date of the Fed meeting, they're going to raise rates by 75 basis points. And after July, the next meeting will be in September. So I think 2 weeks back, we discussed in our live stream also that based on the minutes that they've released and based on the inflation print that has come in yesterday, 75 bips looks priced in and looks like it's going to happen. But there are calls of some 100 bips now. Okay, 100 bips. So if 100 bips is going to happen, people are starting to factor that in now, looking at the higher inflation levels. Okay, so that is what that is what the argument is happening everywhere, and that is what the markets are nervous about. Okay, but one thing I did notice yesterday, if I had a look at the SGX, what I saw was, a lot of things are happening globally, a lot of things are happening on the macro front. But if I purely only focus on the price action of yesterday, what do I see? I see that the immediately, like initially when that actual thing came, I saw that the Nifty fell. Okay, until around 5 or 6 o'clock, the SGX was down. But after that, I saw a decent revival in the SGX, and more or less, if I see right now at 15,939, it is flat. It has more or less retraced the whole fall, and it has recovered. So not so much of an impact of all of this on the SGX, and even when I saw a similar pattern on all the global indices, on all the US indices as well. So the question is that maybe the market has digested this whole fact about inflation. And secondly, I was just listening to a speech that the US president was giving, Joe Biden, where he mentioned that the effect of this commodity price fall that has happened now. Okay, we've seen that happen in crude, we've seen it happen in wheat, we've seen it happen in all other commodities. All of that has not gotten absorbed in the inflation print. So it might so happen that the next month, like even the current month, even July and even August might show softer inflation, and that might be beneficial. But at the same time, another thing that I'm noticing that's happening in the market is that slowly now, because of this fall in commodity prices, the argument, okay, which is all around inflation now, is slowly moving towards a recession, because what many experts are calling out is that if the commodity prices are falling and they are crashing, it is because of demand destruction, okay, and it is a precursor to the fact that the demand environment is becoming benign. Okay, so that is another argument, and inflation may be bad for few economies, yeah, especially those on the bottom half, but recession is bad for everyone, right? So that is the sort of argument we are moving to right now. Okay, so a lot happening on the macro front, but the fact is, all of these arguments, all of these things will keep happening. Analyzing that, and trying to wrap our heads around that, let's leave it to all of those macroeconomic experts to do it. What we will focus on is, we will focus on price action, because reading the price action, okay, and reading the technical aspects is what is going to help us. So let us do what is going to help us. And while reading the price action, what I see is that clearly there is a lot of pressure in both the Nifty and the Bank Nifty. Okay, but result season is kicking off, and result season is something that the market will start focusing on again now. Okay, because a lot of stocks, especially those stocks that release good results now, will be in focus, because compared to the last two result seasons, the last two quarters, okay, December and March, the valuations of stocks have been rationalized significantly, because we have seen such a significant sort of rationalization in valuations, correction in stock prices. Maybe the sentiment to sort of buy stocks now is better compared to the last two quarters. So the results that come out now will be of a heightened level of importance compared to the earlier two results. So that is why we need to pay attention, because in the last quarter and the quarter before that, the market mood was not there to go and pick up stocks. अभी वो थोड़ा बहुत वो मूड आ रहा है और कोई अच्छा रिजल्ट आ गया, हाँ, and because apart from macro factors, that market doesn't have anything else to focus on, results can be a good point of contention. So a lot of stock specific action is going to happen, and I think we need to pay attention to all of these stock specific cues that will come from the market. Okay, so that is how we are going to proceed. And first, as we always do, let us go and have a look at both the Nifty and the Bank Nifty. Okay, so the first thing that I will say on the Nifty is that there was a little absence of clarity, especially after the 16K level was broken. Okay, so here we are at 15,966. Okay, the resistance on top that I drew for you guys yesterday was 16,170, and we saw that the Nifty went up around those levels, could not exceed those levels, and came down. Okay, so I'm going to put 16,170 here on top. I am sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. 16,170 is what I'm going to place on top now, and I hope you guys can see it. So that's going to be the level on the top end, but what we are more interested to see is the level of support. Okay, I have been drawing this particular price action line for many days now, and it's done well in holding the market, and alongside with that I have a TSKS line nearby. So I'm going to take this entire zone as an area of support for the Nifty. The TSKS has come and my price action zone also has come, and that approximately comes up to 15,880. Okay, so 15,880 is the bare minimum that the Nifty needs to do in order to retain its bullish bias or show some particular bullish bias. So if 15,880 is lost, we may have to look for some lower levels. Now, what are those lower levels? Let us see. And if I have a look at those lower levels, what I find is I find a level of 15,710. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to write 15,710. Okay, and 15,710 is going to be the next level that we are going to see. So like one thing that is happening is that you should note that between the Nifty and the Bank Nifty is the one that has showing more strength. I did this analysis yesterday where I showed you how the Nifty has retraced 61.8% of its former fall, but the Bank Nifty is actually retraced 78.6%. Okay, so that puts the Bank Nifty at a better position compared to Nifty from the perspective of a trend. So from that trend perspective, what we'll do is we will place a 15,710 level as the next zone that the Nifty has to hold. So I think more or less these levels would be enough from an intraday perspective. From a multi-day positional perspective, I have already explained that in detail on Monday. So you all can go watch my Monday's video where I've given a far more detailed view of what to expect from the from a positional standpoint. But today we'll quickly discuss the intraday levels and move on to the Bank Nifty. Okay, so I have placed these levels here, and frankly I'm finding that the Nifty isn't really doing much these days. Both the Nifty and the Bank Nifty, apart from one or two days when we actually got some movement, uske alawa I am not seeing so much action on both of these indices. So let's go to the Bank Nifty. So one thing I would like to tell you guys and highlight to you people is that the levels that we are using has worked perfectly. So we will continue using these levels, because if I saw exactly on the top, you can see these yellow lines that have been drawn over here, and you will see that the top part of this line has worked as a very good resistance, and the bottom here exactly at that line is where the Bank Nifty has taken support and it has gone and moved back up. Okay, so these lines are something that we will continue to pay attention to. Okay, so let me show you exactly what these lines are, and that is 34,750. Okay, so up it is 34,761, but approximately let me take 34,750 level here as a zone of support for the Bank Nifty. Okay, you can keep that. And for the top end, we are actually into the cloud. Okay, so let us see the higher and lower levels of the Ichimoku cloud to find some levels on the top, because you can see here that this is our Ichimoku cloud. We are exactly inside it. So for higher levels, I will look at the lower end of the cloud, which also coincides with another price action zone of mine, and we will look at the higher end of the cloud. So let me go to the stock analyzer page, and when I go into the stock analyzer page, I find these two levels here, 34,954 and 35,883. So I use NeoTrader, and when I use I have this page called stock analyzer inside NeoTrader. All I need to go in there and type Bank Nifty, and I'll get all of this pre-done analysis. So yes, based on that, these are the first line is all the lines on the Ichimoku indicator. So I see that this is around my current price is around here. So I will look for 34,954, 35,883. Okay, these are the two zones I am going to look for on the top. I hope you guys have taken a note of that. People who don't have stock analyzer, please write it down. People using NeoTrader, you can always see it open the stock analyzer page and have a look at this. Okay, so yes, so pretty much the more or less the same analysis for the Nifty and the Bank Nifty. Okay, looking at the SGX, I don't see too much of downside. It is around 23 points, so it doesn't look like it is, we may have any big gap or something, but let us see once the market opens. We have some, so like I explained to you guys earlier, we need to now start paying attention to the results that are coming out and the stocks that are going to report their results. And from those was Mindtree. Mindtree reported good results yesterday, so I think Mindtree is going to be in focus today. LTI is another stock that is going to release its results today. Please do note that Mindtree and LTI are like a merged entity. Yeah. We have Tata Elxsi, Angel One, and ACC. Okay, so from the Nifty FNO space, mainly we have LTI and ACC, Tata Elxsi also, and Angel One is from the Nifty 500. Okay, so ACC is an important result that the market will pay attention to LTI also. And when I have a look at the consensus estimates, what I find is that 460, the net profit estimate for LTI is 461 crores. For Tata Elxsi, it is 160 crores, ACC 296 crores, and Angel One 172 crores. So approximately that is the estimate of the consensus estimate of the market. So if it opens, if the results are around these levels, then maybe the market may be okay. If it exceeds these numbers, then maybe we can get an earnings surprise, but we will have to wait for the actual results to come out today. But at least we have some numbers in our kitty. Okay, so I'm looking at stocks in news. I'm seeing that Infosys, Tata Power, Hindustan Zinc are all in the news. Hindustan Zinc is announcing some dividend of 21 rupees per share. Tata Power, through its subsidiary, has won a contract for from Solar Energy Corporation for setting up a 600 megawatt hybrid power project. Infosys is going to acquire Denmark-based Base Life Sciences for $110 million. Okay, this deal is likely to close during the second quarter of FY23. So maybe in this current quarter it will close. Okay, so some news coming in that front. Okay, so and of course everywhere else on the news there is only one thing on the news, or whether or not we will have 75 bips or 100 bips. Or are we going to have like a 1 percentage point increase, which will be like a historic moment? All of these things are there in the news. Okay, so yes, so let us wait for that. And now what we are going to do is we are going to go and we are going to check out some stocks. And I always show you some interesting daily charts before the market opens. Some charts of certain stocks that look good. And like that is one thing that has caught my fancy, and I'll show you what that is. And because if I go to so when I use NeoTrader, I have something called EOD. Okay, so what happens in EOD, it shows me a list of stocks that have a chance to go up today. Okay, but this will go up, and there is another page called EOD follow through. If it gives confirmation, it comes there. So, but what we need to see right now is we need to see all these stocks that are in potential reversal. So all of these stocks have a chance to go up in today's trading. And interestingly, what I saw is I can find HCL Tech here, I can find Infi here, I can find TechM here. So I'm having 3 IT stocks in the potential reversal zone. Okay, so that is interesting. Are we going to see some buying emerge in the IT sector today? Can that be a possibility? That is something we need to see. Okay, the rupee has clearly fallen again. It almost reached 79.74, so it has made a new low, and that helps these IT companies. And apart from that fact, Mindtree result also was more or less decent. Yeah, and if I have a look at the sector view, I'm seeing the data of all of the sectors for the whole week here. I find this IT being the most negative. Okay, you can see that IT is showing the most amount of negative in all sectors. Telecom is there, but telecom is just some two stocks. But IT sector is pretty much been on the red. So because it has fallen so much for the past few days, can we see a rise in IT today? That is something we may need to look out in the live market today. So please keep. We have Infi, we have TechM, and we have HCL Tech. So from these three, if you guys remember that I had told you earlier also, I find the HCL Tech देखते सबसे पहले. Okay, HCL Tech was a chart that was weak. We did a lot of discussion yesterday on HCL Tech. So HCL Tech looks like it's making a new low. Okay, so maybe a reversal may maybe some oversold bounce maybe today in HCL Tech. The next stock that we have here is TechM. Okay, let me look at TechM, and what do I see when I see the chart of TechM? I see that TechM has actually gone flat. It was falling down, but it's gone flat. Okay, and the third thing, what is the third stock that I'm seeing is Infi. Now in Infi, I've told all of you that amongst the stocks on the IT sector, Infi is the one that looked slightly better than the others. And if I saw the earlier two charts, okay, they were still negative. But when I look at the chart of Infi, I find that amongst these IT stocks, Infi is the only one that is coming and it is resting at some supports. Okay, it is going and resting exactly at one of my Ichimoku lines. Okay, so that is one thing that is good. So if we have to look, if we do get a potential reversal in Infi, maybe we can look to take some trade in Infi today. So yes, please keep Infi on your radar, ladies and gentlemen. And how I got it is I got it from this potential reversal page. Apart from these IT stocks, I have Britannia, I have Lalpath, IOC, and Muthoot Fin. Now, Britannia was a stock that was in a pretty good uptrend, and it was taking a breather. So let us see what is happening in Britannia. Can it resume its uptrend today? So yes, I'm seeing something similar happening even in Britannia. It looks good. So what happens? The stock gave me like a one-way rise in the past 10 days, and of course it started losing some steam. But one thing you need to note for stocks that are in an uptrend, right? Unless they're going to break some key levels, the trend has not changed. Okay, while a stock is moving in an uptrend, you will always see that it is giving you pullbacks. But how do you know what the difference is between a pullback and a change in trend? Is when you look at these key levels, and as long as those key levels are holding on, the trend has not changed, and every pullback goes and stops at one of these levels and reverses. And if you see that NeoTrader has sort of identified one such stock for you exactly like that, which is Britannia, which was moving up, which was falling down, and then has halted exactly at this important Ichimoku line, and it looks like it can give a reversal today. So if we get a potential reversal in Britannia, another very, very strong candidate for us to see today. I hope all of you guys are noting this down. I want you guys to track it in the live market. Please go and track it. Now IOC, again in IOC, it's been successfully showing us red candles. Maybe the max we may get maybe an oversold bounce here, so we can look for that once the market starts. Although it's like a 2-digit stock, so I'm not too keen on IOC. Even if because it's a 2-digit stocks, it becomes difficult to trade those. Lal Path Labs, let us check out. Lal Path Labs was in action past few days. Let us see how the chart of Dr. Lal looks. And Dr. Lal also, so what is happening here is it has really taken a strong resistance on the cloud and it has violently come down. But looking at the chart, what I see is that it has come and it is resting near this former, wait, let me draw that properly. If I see these small bodies here, it's a former price action zone, okay, a former demand area. So it is coming and it is going to be resting at this zone. If it rests here and if it turns, it may show us some reversal all the way back to this particular zone where the cloud and the TSKS lines are. But if it has to break this zone, we may see much more downside. However, we will only know that in 4 minutes once the market opens, and the moment the market opens, we will be notified on all of this by our rolling ticker. So on rolling ticker, what we'll go and do is we'll go and put potential reversal. ओके इसमें कोई भी अगर फॉलो थ्रू आए या कुछ भी हो जाए तो हमको ये पोटेंशियल रिवर्सल में आइडिया आ जाएगा ऑलरेडी. ओके सो we will know, we will see once the market opens. Okay, alongside I'll add all my other usual stuff also that I put in the morning, and ये सब कुछ डाल के previous day, week, everything I'll put and I'll be ready. Okay, here I am and I have 3 more minutes to go before the market opens. चलो 3 minute है for the market to open, so let's see, and maybe we will have time to look at some more stocks. Okay, so let me go to the Ichimoku now. Okay, so here we had a look at the sectors as well. So let me go to Ichimoku and see if I'm finding some good stocks for the day. I'm going to change all of this and I'll see close crosses cloud. Okay, nothing much here. CS crosses cloud. Okay, I'm getting 4 stocks here and I'm getting that PI Industries and Granules. These 2 stocks are having a higher score compared to these 2. So let me check out these 2 charts first. Okay, PI Industries and Granules. Let's see what happens. Here I can see excellent roaring uptrend. Okay, it is broken above the cloud. The TSKS lines are also about to move out of the cloud. CS line also here has crossed out of the cloud here. Okay, ये भी निकल गया बाहर, and even this one very soon will be out. Okay, so we'll be having a pretty bullish setup in PI Industries, and it was up yesterday as well in pre-open. Also it looks like it'll be up today. So yes, any sort of move, either a breakout or even a dip move, okay, even if it comes down today, we can look to buy it on dips because the trend is very strong in this stock. Okay, next is Granules. Let me look at Granules India. What do I find in Granules India? Yes, I find something very similar in Granules India as well. Okay, so we will either look to buy on dips, or if it is giving us good breakouts in the morning itself, we can look to initiate some trades for in both PI and Granules. We can also look to initiate some multi-day or positional trades in these stocks. Okay, so these stocks can be kept in mind from that perspective as well. Okay, so that is one more thing that you all can do. 9:14, ladies and gentlemen, it is 9:14 and it looks. So let us now go to the dashboard and let us see what is happening here from close. Power Grid and Mindtree is in the positive, good results. So Mindtree is in the positive. So I've always told you the day of the good results, you will have to wait for the open, and I think we have opened here. So let us go and let us see what's happening on the Nifty. From open, we drew our levels. Let us see what happened. I think a pretty flat open for the Nifty. Nothing much happening here. Let me go to 30-minute chart and see what is happening. Yeah. So yes, more or less Nifty is opened at the same level, 16,000. It is opened above 16,000. So let us see if our we've already drawn our zones and kept. If it sort of sustains over that, we can sort of take a call. But let us wait for the first 5-minute candle to sort of settle down. Exactly inside the CPR is where the Nifty has opened. So we will wait for the first 5 minutes. Even let's look at the Bank Nifty. Something similar is happening in the Bank Nifty as well. Opened inside the CPR and around there. But there is one difference. Bank Nifty is slightly below the middle line, and if you look at Nifty, the shadow is actually holding the lower line. Okay, it's too early to say, it's just been 1 minute, so let us not make too many conclusions right now. Let us wait for the first 5-minute candle to sort of come and settle down. So let me look at the dashboard. Of course, there was Mindtree 2% from close. Let us see what happened to Mindtree from open. If I go and change this to open, what happened? Let me see. Do we still have like Mindtree on top? No. Mindtree seems to have disappeared and it is one of the top losers. How many times have we seen this happen, guys? So many times. You see, now Mindtree is gone to the top loser. That is market खुलते ही उसमें प्रॉफिट बुकिंग आ गया, उसका ये मतलब है. LTI भी नीचे है, LTI का भी रिजल्ट है आज, वो भी नीचे है. हाँ, persistent also is here, OFSS also is here. और क्या है, VDL is down, Hindalco is down, NMDC is down. Okay, now metals also are down. Some of these IT stocks also, Power Grid, LTTS also is here. JSW Steel भी नेगेटिव में है, डिक्सन है यहाँ पे. Okay, let me now go into the Nifty and see what is happening into the Nifty. Okay, what happens once the Nifty is here? I'm going to see this only for here. I am only for the Nifty, and Britannia seems to be up. I told you to look for potential reversal in Britannia, guys, and let us see if we've got potential reversal here in Britannia. Let us see. Okay, मैंने आप लोग को बोला we'll know in EOD follow through page, and if I go here in potential reversal, ये देखो आ गया, ये देखो EOD follow through आ गया इसमें, देखा, here it is come. See, the moment it happens, NeoTrader will notify you. Let us go fast and look at the chart of Britannia now. Fast. Okay, we will see if it is come out of CPR. CPR के बाहर भी निकला है, ये R3 भी उसको ब्रेक कर रहा है. Okay, so that is there. So what I would suggest all of you people to do now is, so potential reversal that we were seeing, that we have got over here. Okay, for people who want to wait, you can do two things now. Either you can enter the trade exactly here, or you can wait for this particular R3 level to break out. Okay, ये अगर R3 level breakout के ऊपर भी आप ले सकते हो if you want. ये आपके पास two options है अभी. What you are going to do, please write and tell me on the chat what you are going to do in Britannia. आप इसको यहाँ पे लेने वाले हो कि आप में से कोई R3 level का breakout के लिए wait करने वाले हो. What you are going to do, please tell me on the chat. Okay, yeah. Okay, tell me guys what you all are going to do. जो ये देखो इसमें आ गया है potential reversal, तो इसमें आ गया है. So we were prepared for it, and what we've prepared for we've got. So please tell me what you guys are going to do in this particular stock. You will buy here or you will wait for R3 to break out. Please tell me, guys. Come on. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm waiting to hear what you have to say. Okay. Let me go now to stock analyzer page and let me see where is Britannia. CPR wide में है. Is it there in CPR wide? Let me refresh once and see. Okay, guys, you need to say what you will do. Okay, Ranjan is going to buy it above R3. Okay, since it is very close to R3. Okay, so what about the others? What are you guys going to do? Tell me fast. Okay, tell me fast what you're going to do with this particular trade of Britannia. Remember, it was something that we had already been we had prepared before the market opened. Okay. So is it there in narrow? No. Okay, so Britannia is neither wide neither narrow. Okay, so that is fine. I'm sure now Britannia has moved to level 1 also, because here it is in level 1 and it is in all three. No, 2 dots are green. Not all 3 dots, 2 dots are green. Okay, apart from that, that is Bajaj Auto, that is Havells is come here. Havells bhi dekhna hai apne ko. Okay, Havells bhi apne ko dekhna hai. Because Havells was one of the stocks that we were seeing. Dr. Reddy hai yahan pe, so Dr. Reddy can be seen. All 3 green dots, Havells and Dr. Reddy. What is there on the bearish side? APL, Coforge, Bsoft. Okay, Bsoft is something that is here, which is 2 red dots. M&M, Fin, Dixon, Bosch, Coforge, APL. Okay, Bsoft is the one that we can see on the downside. Okay. So next stock that we can see is Havells, but first please tell me what to do in Britannia. अभी लेना है कि बाद में लेना है? आप लोग लिखो, मेरे को चैट में लिखो. Please write on the chat and tell me what to do in Britannia. You guys are going to decide, not me. Havells में तो अपना already entry आ गया है यहाँ पे. Okay, we've already got our movement. Level 1 trade in Havells already is active, guys. Okay, so you all can pay attention to this particular trade in Havells. R3 can be the first target, and uski upar we can look at R4. So let me go to the daily chart of Havells. Daily chart में भी अपने को अच्छा movement आ रहा है. So yes, clearly Havells में भी हम लोग position लेंगे इसमें. तो Havells को देखते हैं. So if I look at Havells here, the first target R3 is very close by. Okay, so maybe I need to look at R4. Maybe I can think of doing some stop to cost at R3 and then moving to R4. So let us go to stock analyzer page and let me look at Havells and let's see what to do in Havells. Okay guys, tell me what you're going to do in Havells, guys. Come on. Havells is the next trade that we will be seeing. Havells है यहाँ पे R1 to R2 के बीच में है, buy में है R3 1251, R4 1264. Okay, so 1251 will be the first target here, and R1264 okay will be the next target. Okay, यहाँ पे R3 आते ही, if the people who don't want to take much risk, यहाँ पे R3 आते ही you can do stop to cost. Okay, next let us look at Britannia. What is happening in Britannia? Again, you people have not told me what you are going to do in Britannia. आप इसको लेने वाले हो, नहीं लेने वाले हो, R3 के ऊपर लेने वाले हो, R3 के नीचे लेने वाले हो, what is it? मेरे को बताओ. हाँ, अभी तो कोई नहीं लेंगे, अभी बोलेंगे हाँ we will wait बोलेंगे सब लोग. हाँ, क्योंकि रेड कैंडल आया है. यही चीज अगर ग्रीन कैंडल होता है तो I will buy बोलते थे सब लोग ना. हाँ, yeah. Okay, so let us see. Okay, Havells may also. Okay, I'll tell you exactly why we are picking out Havells also. Okay, I'll also tell you that, like because for people who were here with me in the past few days and who saw me do the weekend analysis, you will know that Havells was part of my watch list. ये देखो, Havells मेरे watch list में था, तो Havells है. ओके, तो एंड उसमें ऑल 3 डॉट्स आर ग्रीन. मैंने पिछले वीक में 2 से 3 बार आप लोग को ये एनालिसिस करके दिखाया कि हाउ Havells वाज बुलिश ऑन द डेली चार्ट. इफ आई लुक एट द डेली चार्ट ऑफ Havells, मेरे को ये दिख रहा है दैट इट वाज मोर और लेस, आई showed you that it was breaking out above this particular rounding pattern मैंने दिखाया था कुछ दिन पहले, and I see that Havells is sort of breaking out of this rounding pattern. ये neck line ये था, the yellow line was the breakout line and how it is moved above that line. Okay, that is one more thing. So daily chart also is in support of Havels, and मेरे को इन इसमें भी मेरे को एक level 1 मिल रहा है. Okay, and if I see if I look at Cameria also, it is open above H4. Okay, so all of these things are there in Havels. That is why I have more confidence in this trade of Havels. ठीक है, हम stop loss लगाएंगे pivot के आसपास. Okay, so anyway, so even though everything is in favor of Havels, okay, the trade can still fail. So that is why we put stop loss. In case the trade fails, we have a stop loss, and वो stop loss लगा तो हम उस पे निकलेंगे, but we will look for higher levels in Havels. All right, okay, so that is what we will do. Manali Suresh is all buying, Arjun Patel is buying, okay, and Clinton will buy once it crosses 3780. ठीक है, अभी 3780 आ गया. So Clinton is going to wait for R3 breakout. So here, let me now go here and let me write Britannia. What is going to happen in Britannia? What is happening in Britannia? We will see. See again, if you for stocks that are in potential reversal, I've told you these things many times. I will tell you even now. Potential reversal वाले stocks में you will not look at momentum indicator, okay? Because उसमें momentum indicator बाद में turn होगा. तो अपन हम लोग potential reversal के time में momentum will not change, so you will not look at it. Okay, you will look at momentum indicator only for breakout candidate, not for reversal candidate. वो मैं आप लोग को बताया है. और यहाँ पे R3 level is 3783. तो ये हमारा breakout point है 3783, और 3814 उसका टारगेट होगा, और मे बी ये 3764 कैन बी योर स्टॉप लॉस. ओके, सो यस 3783 के ऊपर, फॉर ऑल द पीपल हु आर सेइंग आई एम वेटिंग फॉर R3 एंड लुकिंग एट दिस, ओके, you will have to wait for it to close. Okay, remember one thing, R3 breakout happens when it is going to close above R3. Okay, not poke. The whole candle has to close उसके ऊपर. That is what buying above R3 means. Okay, because this poke happened, and this poke happened does not mean that it has crossed R3. Only if the entire candle has closed and becomes green, a green candle उसके ऊपर, that is considered to be R3 breakout. Okay, that is one thing you need to know. Okay, in the side I have one really committed person on the chat, and his name is Ranjan, and he always comes up with something good. And now he has said pharma sector is up, and Ipca Labs broke R3. So let me look at Ipca Labs, what he has said. Yeah, let us look at Ipca Labs, and Ipca Labs R3 के ऊपर already जा चुका है. तो इसमें अपने को मिला है R3 ब्रेकआउट. ये अपने को प्रॉपर R3 ब्रेकआउट यहाँ पे आया है इप्का लैब्स में. इप्का लैब्स आई सॉ नहीं, वो लाल पैच था, इप्का लैब नहीं था. अभी अशित इज राइटिंग मैकडॉल. अभी मेरे को ना बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग आई फाउंड इन मैकडॉल दैट आई वांटेड टू शेयर विद ऑल ऑफ यू अर्लियर, बट तब उतने में आई थिंक मार्केट ओपन हो गया. सो आई विल शेयर विद यू नाउ. Ashit is writing McDowell. मैंने एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग इन माई डेली एनालिसिस आई सॉ इन मैकडॉल. आई विल शो यू. I went to candlestick, I went to Heiken-Ashi, and when I went to Heiken-Ashi, I went to daily, and daily में जब मैंने reverse trend देखा, मेरे को McDowell में reversal मिल रहा है to the upside. McDowell, okay, so it is positive over here. So because यहाँ पे reverse trend में आया, it makes sense for me to go and look at McDowell for intraday also today. एंड यहाँ पे मेरे को लेट मी गो एंड सी वेदर मेरे को रोलिंग टिकर में कुछ आया है एनीवेयर, एनीथिंग इज टॉकिंग अबाउट मैकडॉल. लेट अस सी इन माय रोलिंग टिकर, डू आई हैव मैकडॉल anywhere? It is crossed its previous day's high. Okay, so McDowell has moved above previous day's high, so maybe it might make sense for me to go and check out the chart of this stock, United Spirits. And I'm seeing that it is very much a level 1 trade is active in McDowell. Okay, ये अच्छा खासा एक रिवर्सल कैंडिडेट है. वो स्टॉक नीचे आ रहा था और आज ऊपर जा रहा है वो. सो McDowell, another reversal candidate. Okay, so some of you are now talking about Sun Pharma also, and one of you is saying above R2, someone is saying above R3. So let us see where is Sun Pharma, and let me look at Sun Pharma. Yes, Sun Pharma also has moved up. Okay, वो भी ऊपर जा चुका है. Let me go to CPR and see where is Sun Pharma. I will if I go here and I have to change this to, there was another stock that I had to see here. No, IPCA. IPCA Lab is here. Yes, IPCA Lab was part of my watch list also, and I can see all three green dots are there. So IPCA Lab also another stock that we just saw. R3 already has broken out. हमारे वॉच लिस्ट में भी था, तो वो देख सकते हैं. ITC भी आ गया आज, वो भी देख सकते हैं. ITC टाटा कंज्यूमर है, बट येस IPCA हैज ब्रोकन अबाउट R3, सो दैट विल बी मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट टू सी. यहाँ पे हमारा कुछ है औरो फार्मा, PI इंडस्ट्रीज, ट्रेंड, हिंदुस्तान पेट्रोलियम, UBL, ABB, Nestle, Siemens, ITC, CPR narrow also today and has gone in level 1 also. So ITC is something you guys can go and check out, because ये देखो इसमें भी आया है CPR narrow, and if I just go down here I see that ITC यहाँ पे level 1 में भी है. Okay, ये level 1 और all 3 dots green भी है उसका. So ITC may be one candidate that we can look out for. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the Nifty F&O universe, and what is there in the Nifty F&O universe? Tata Chemical भी है. Okay, Tata Chemical है. Torrent Pharma है from the pharma space. Okay, but I don't see Sun Pharma over here in the narrow or wide, but Sun Pharma definitely level 1 में तो है यहाँ पे, as I can see here, and I can see that 2 green dots also in Sun Pharma. Okay, so that is where it is. Okay, Mindtree is नीचे क्या है? Yes, so that is one thing I always tell you people to see about stocks, especially those stocks where results are there and those stocks where good results are there. I have told you guys to do that even for Titan also. मैं एक दिन मैंने आप लोग को बताया. Okay, from close everything looks bullish, especially the stocks जिसमें रिजल्ट अच्छा है ना, close से तो bullish रहता ही है वो. Okay, दिखता ही है कि प्री ओपन से कि बहुत ऊपर जाने वाला है, but the real thing comes from open. And when I so what happened here exactly, the moment the stock opened, ओपन हाई ओपन लो हुआ उसमें और फट 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 करके आया नीचे. ठीक है, एंड वी डिडंट इवन हैव टू सी दिस. द मोमेंट द मार्केट ओपन, मैंने जब भी डैशबोर्ड में क्लोज टू ओपन किया, हमने देखा द टॉप लूजर वाज Mindtree. वहीं पे अपने को वो इंस्टेंट, इन दैट इंस्टेंट यू न्यू, ओके, दैट वेरी इंस्टेंट यू न्यू दैट कि यार आज Mindtree में बुलिश व्यू तो रखना ही नहीं है. ठीक है, रखना ही नहीं है बुलिश व्यू, वो अपने को मालूम पड़ गया. तो दैट इज द बेनिफिट ऑफ सीइंग द मार्केट फ्रॉम ओपन. ऑलवेज व्हेन यू सी द मार्केट फ्रॉम ओपन, दैट इज एक्सट्रीमली यूजफुल, बिकॉज क्या है ना, एवरीवेयर आप टीवी देखो, कोई भी वेबसाइट देखो, यू विल ओनली सी एवरीवन शोइंग द मार्केट फ्रॉम क्लोज. एक ही नियो ट्रेडर है जो आपको ओपन से दिखाता है, और मैं आपको आई कांट explain more the importance of seeing this from open is in one glance today. In one glance, the moment you saw that Mindtree was top loser from open, नहीं रहना है उसमें बुलिश, बिल्कुल भी नहीं रहना है उसमें बुलिश. ठीक है, ओके. अभी now clearly I can see that pharma sector is over here, which is up. Okay, many of these pharma stocks are there in the top list, and one stocks that we discussed on our pre-market analysis was Granules, which has a good daily chart, and now Granules has come over here. So Granules is like one chart we can see. Cipla also is there. I can see that Ganesh has look at has written Cipla. ITC also I have asked you people to check out, and ITC also it is a good thing that our man Ganesh is tracking it. So that is there. So yes, Granules is something that we can check out, because we saw that the daily chart of Granules was positive. And apart, so let me go and let me check out granules. But before that, someone is asking me on the chat about should I buy TVS Motors. Okay, TVS Motor में आपको क्या दिखाई दे रहा है? चलो जाके देखते हैं what is there in TVS Motors, whether we need to buy TVS Motors. Yes, I think TVS Motor has gone and given a good support. It's taking good support at CPR, but technically I would at least wait for R1 to cross. At least R1 I will wait for it to cross before doing something there. Okay, so that is one thing. Next I want to see is granules. Let us look at granules. What is happening in granules? हमारे वीकेंड एनालिसिस में ग्रैन्यूल्स था और इसमें लेवल 1 ट्रेड ऑलरेडी एक्टिव हो चुका है ग्रैन्यूल्स में. ओके, so it is so all the stocks that you analyze before the market opens, right? The whole idea of doing that is that when you see a signal in that stock you want to take it. ठीक है, there are many stocks and technical signals सारे stock में आते हैं. The whole idea of sort of analyzing in advance, going to these daily pages and getting that feed earlier is to know exactly what to pick from this whole list. And over here I can see that granules is all three green dot with score of 5. So yes, so granules is something a signal that we want to take. Clearly it is a trade that we would want to take because ये हम अपना सिग्नल इसमें आ गया, लेवल 1 का इसमें आ गया ऑलरेडी इसमें ट्रेड. ठीक है, इन द मीन टाइम आई एम सीइंग दैट रिंकू मोर इज सेइंग ब्रिटानिया में आ गया है ब्रेकआउट. सो लेट अस गो एंड चेक आउट उसमें अपने को द ब्रेकआउट दैट वी वांटेड हैज इट कम. मैंने आपको बोला इट हैज टू क्लोज अबव विद ग्रीन कैंडल. अभी तक ये क्लोज हुआ नहीं है, क्लोज होने दो ऊपर. हाँ, पेशेंस से काम करो. हाँ, थोड़ा पेशेंस रखो, क्लोज होने दो ऊपर, प्रॉपर क्लोज. एंड सी ये देखो व्हाट वाज दैट स्टॉक, इप्का लैब्स. देखो इप्का, इफ आई लुक एट इप्का, ये देखो, सी दिस वन इज लाइक अ प्रॉपर क्लोज. दिस वन वाज अ पोक, दिस वाज अ क्लोज अबव R3. ओके, if I so we will have to wait for Britannia. Okay, so we will have to wait for same thing to happen here in Britannia also. Okay, so just be a little patient guys. And here we have the granules. Now next stock that we have here is granules. Okay, so the next trade that we want to see is in granules. So that is something that we need to keep in our mind. Cipla. Okay, now if I look at Cipla, I can see that Cipla was on the it is on the green here. Okay, I have Ipca here, I have McDowell here. Okay, so McDowell also a stock that we were discussing pre-market as bullish, is amongst the top gainers of today. Okay, Zydus Life, Star, Torrent Pharma, Tata Consumer. Here is our Britannia, Navin Fluorine, Glenmark, Dr. Reddy. So clearly a day where the pharma sector is moving up. Okay, all the top gainers I can see are from pharma sector only. So सब कुछ Alchem है, Metropolis है भी है यहाँ पे. Okay, so clearly pharma sector में तो movement है ही. हाँ, and हमारा स्टॉक जो है ग्रैन्यूल्स, वो भी फार्मा सेक्टर का ही स्टॉक है. सो ग्रैन्यूल्स में भी, सो इसी, एंड हमने इसमें द ईओडी एनालिसिस भी वी हैव डन. सो ग्रैन्यूल्स इज समथिंग दैट वी विल definitely want to see. Okay, one more minute, I will wait to see how this particular candle closes, and if this particular candle is going to close in green, that is when we can initiate a trade in granules. All right, we've got, okay, here we are. I think we can go ahead and we can sort of look for an entry here in granules. Okay, R3 है उसके बाद. So let me go to now stock analyzer page. ये मेरा stock analyzer में जाके देखता हूँ what is happening. I'm going to do some analysis here in granules, and I'm going to hit go. And what happens when I hit go, I see that this is pretty much in the buy zone. Okay, and if I see the bull score 84, R3 3110, R3 31, R4 is 317. Okay, so yes, here if we have to initiate a trade over here, okay, if we are going to initiate a trade over here, we have all the way up till 317. We have all the way till here to go for the target, and the stop loss somewhere will be around here, at least till here. Okay, if you don't want to wait till there, you can go to R3 level, which is here. R3 also is pretty decent, 1.2% our target in R3, and for people who want higher target, you can go all the way to R4. R4 तो 3% है ऑलमोस्ट, ठीक है, तो उतना दूर तक वेट करने का जरूरत नहीं है. Either at R3 or little bit above R3 is where we can look for in granules. Okay, so yes, a stock that has been part of our analysis. So let me go back to TVS Motor and see what is happening in TVS Motor. And I see that TVS Motor is still struggling over here, so on the pivot, so let us wait. Okay guys, now what else are you seeing, guys? Please tell me. आप लोग मेरे को बताओ कि what you are seeing in the market and what stocks can we analyze now. Okay, yeah, so I'll tell you one thing. So we picked out a couple of trades. The reason why we picked out these trades, right? We saw Havells, we saw the granules, we were looking at Britannia, because we had already analyzed this before the market opened. और ये चीज करना बहुत जरूरी है. Target stop loss बात की बात है, but first क्या है ना, before the market opens, you all need to be ready with what stock you want to see. Okay, it may so happens that when the market opens, you might end up looking at some other stock, but अपने एंड में यू नीड टू बी रेडी विथ 2-3-4 आइटम्स कि यार ये 2-4 आइटम मेरे को अच्छा लग रहा है, इस पे कोई सिग्नल आया तो मैं इस पे काम करूंगा करके. ठीक है, दैट इज वन थिंग दैट यू नीड टू सी. एंड हाउ विल यू सी दैट? लाइक नियो ट्रेडर रख के ना बहुत ही ईजी है, आप लोग आराम से देख सकते हो. मैंने आपको ये बहुत बार बोला हूँ. आई हैव टोल्ड यू पीपल अ लॉट. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल टुडे, how we saw that we went and we saw that expert alerts के potential reversal में there was Britannia. We in EOD follow through it came, and we have to wait for it to break out of R3. Okay, at least now we know that इतने सारे stocks में से ये एक stock के लिए मुझे देखना है, और ये stock में मेरे को exactly क्या करना है, मेरे को R3 breakout के लिए वेट करना है. At least that much I know. Okay, and I know that it is sort of putting me in the right direction. And same way when I go to this candlestick dash, if I go, when I went to my Ichimoku page over here, okay, I saw based on my Ichimoku analysis that I did, I saw that granules was there, and that is how I picked that, because you guys along with y'all only I did this when I went here. Okay, and when I chose daily, okay, I saw that like granules was one of the stocks that was here, and uska score was slightly higher. So that is exactly why I looked at the chart of granules, and उसमें देखा both granules and PI industries, both I saw, and I मेरे चलो इसमें कुछ आएगा तो कुछ करते हैं. ठीक है, and I went to the dashboard में देखा pharma sector up भी था. That is how you can zero down on the stocks. Okay, and ये analysis करने के लिए ना, honestly, between this whole thing, identifying all these stocks, I have done today in front of you between 9:05 to 9:10. मेरे को 5 मिनट लगा, exactly 5 मिनट. और ये सब आप लोग भी कर सकते हो नियो ट्रेडर रख के. 5 मिनट लगता है ये सारे स्टॉक ढूंढने में, उतना टाइम नहीं लगता है. एंड एक बार ये स्टॉक का नाम आपके माइंड में आया ना, द मोमेंट यू सी एनी सिग्नल्स, राइट, it will hit you and it will sort of give you an idea. Okay, so that is what happens, and that is why you really need to see. So, and I'm seeing you guys writing now Torrent Pharma, Tata Consumer. These were also stocks that were in our morning analysis. When we were looking at the dashboard, we saw that all of these stocks are gaining. But what I want you guys to do is, I want you guys to just repeat this process every day. Now Tata Consumer. टाटा कंज्यूमर वॉज पार्ट ऑफ आवर वीकली वॉच लिस्ट दैट वी मेड ऑन मंडे में मैं आपके साथ बैठ के वॉच लिस्ट बनाया, आप लोग सबके साथ बैठ के, और उसमें टाटा कंज्यूमर है. और सपोज आपको एंड आज आपने देखा कि टाटा कंज्यूमर इज अमंग द गेनिंग स्टॉक्स. एंड इफ आई गो टू माई CPR पेज और इफ आई गो हियर टू माई वीकली वॉच लिस्ट, आई विल सी दैट I have Tata Consumer in my watch list. Not only do I have it in my watch list, I have it on CPR narrow. Okay, and not only is it on CPR narrow, it is also on CPR level 1 breakout with 2 green dots. Okay, narrow है, 2 green dots है, हाँ, level 1 में है. एंड आई टोल्ड यू दैट जो आइटम नैरो में है उसको R3 ब्रेकआउट देने का चांसेस हाई. So अभी again you know exactly what to do now, exactly what to do of what stock. ये सारे स्टॉक में ना आपको पता है यार, मैं टाटा कंज्यूमर में मेरे को कुछ करना है अभी, ठीक है. एंड दैट इज हाउ गणेश इज पिकिंग आउट स्टॉक्स. That is why he is able to pick out good stocks, because he is following the process. All the process that I'm explaining, he is following. And if you see that Ganesh daily manages to pick out very good stocks daily. It is all about following this simple process. ये आप ये प्रोसेस फॉलो करो, आपका ट्रेडिंग बहुत ईजी हो जाएगा, बहुत ईजी हो जाएगा. ये देखो R3 का ब्रेकआउट भी है इसमें. अब ये थोड़ा रेड कैंडल आ रहा है यहाँ पे बैठ के. इफ इट टेक सम सपोर्ट ओवर हियर, एंड if it is going to take some support here, and if it is going to reverse, we can look for another entry in this Tata Consumer. So the idea is that you know what stock to look at, you know what chart to look at, and you know exactly what to look for in the chart. See, you can spend whole day scanning every chart and putting every indicator, and seeing, you will only end up getting confused and you will not take a single trade. And even when you take that trade, you will be so uncertain about it that you will end up exiting it prematurely. Okay. But if you do such type of analysis, right, and when you know what you're doing, you know what you're seeing, and the most important thing is you know that you are in control, and that is what you need to do when you are trading. You need to be in control. Okay, and the point of NeoTrader and the point of all of this analysis is to put you in control of your trade and put you in control of the market. Okay, that is all. Okay, and now with that, I want all of you to go and hit the like button now. Each and every one of you who are here, please go and please hit the like button, and only after I get a like from all of you, we will be moving ahead. Okay, so I'm giving you some time now. Please go and hit that like button, everyone. Come on guys, hit that like button. Okay, all of you people together, I'm going to be waiting. So please go and please hit the like button now. Okay guys, I hope in the meantime all of you guys have gone and liked that particular video. That is great. And now let us look at more stuff. So I can see it now. I was just looking at the dashboard again on the meantime. Let me change this to open, and let's see what happened here when I changed it to open. Yeah. And okay, let that happen. And what is going on here? That is Glenmark, Ipca, Zydus, Torrent, McDowell. Okay, Granules is also here. So Granules also, what we saw is also still up here. Tata Consumer also is here. UBL is here, and I see that Ganesh has booked profit also in UBL. So superb, Ganesh, excellent, excellent. See, that is what I was explaining to all of you. You follow a simple process. आपको profit book करना ही है. Okay. I can see M&M has started coming up. M&M, okay. So M&M is another thing that is moving up. And what else do we have? Yeah. So what else do we have here? इप्का तो देख लिया, स्टार देख लिया, ग्लेनमार्क भी देख लिया, सब टोरेंट फार्मा भी देख लिया. What we have not seen is we have not seen M&M. Okay, so we will see M&M on in the front. First, let us look at Nifty. Again, Nifty is flat. Now we are seeing this for many days. Okay, stock specific action ही चल रहा है. Nifty, Bank Nifty में कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है. Okay, कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है Nifty और Bank Nifty में, उसमें ट्रेड्स नहीं मिल रहा है. हाँ, और ये एक स्टॉक स्पेसिफिक ही है. एंड तो अपने को स्टॉक स्पेसिफिक ही खेलना है अभी. And when we look at stock specific, what was I seeing? M&M. Let us see what is happening in M&M. M&M में अभी लेवल 1 आएगा लगता है. R1 के ऊपर जाने दो उसको. R1 के ऊपर देखते हैं M&M को. बट M&M is looking to start, participating. Madhu saying granules looks good. Let us see what is the state of granules that we discussed some time back. And yes, granules very much, it looks good, very much going towards hitting its first target that we discussed. We discussed the first target here, almost 1.5% का first target है. Looks like that target is going to come very soon, and all of you guys will get a chance to book your profit also in that. And उसके बाद second target is और भी ऊपर है 317 के आसपास. सो जिसको भी फर्स्ट टारगेट में अच्छा लगा, प्रॉफिट बुक करके निकल जाओ या स्टॉप टू कॉस्ट करो, एंड यू कैन लुक फॉर हायर टारगेट. बट द इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग इज नॉट वेदर द स्टॉक इज हिटिंग टारगेट और नो. द इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग इज द एनालिसिस दैट वी डिड टू आइडेंटिफाई द स्टॉक. ये एनालिसिस आपको रोज करना है, ठीक है. और मैंने ये प्रूव करके दिखाया आपको कि ये एनालिसिस करने के लिए आपको 5 मिनट से ज़्यादा नहीं लगता है दिन में. इफ यू आर यूजिंग नियो ट्रेडर, नॉट मोर देन 5 मिनट्स. एंड आज ये स्टॉक हमने बिटवीन 9:05 to 9:10 इज व्हेन वी वेंट एंड फाउंड दिस स्टॉक इन द फर्स्ट प्लेस. सो यू डोंट नीड टू वरी अबाउट ऑल ऑफ दोज थिंग्स. चलो देखते ब्रिटानिया का व्हाट हैपेंड. हु वन इन ब्रिटानिया? लेट अस सी हु इज विनिंग. नहीं, सो clearly no one is winning in Britannia till now. R3 का ब्रेकआउट आया ही नहीं है, इसमें अपना एंट्री इसमें आया ही नहीं है. तो अपने को शायद वेट करना पड़ेगा फॉर अनदर मूव टू हैपन, एंड इन द नेक्स्ट मूव so we will have to wait for the R3 breakout to come in the next one that is there. Okay, that is that. और क्या है? What other stocks do we have? Havells was another stock that we had discussed. Let us see what is happening in Havells. Havells also is doing well. Exactly there. यहाँ पे R3 का अपना टारगेट है, उसके बाद R4 भी है. So even Havells is doing well. Again, Havells also we discussed 2 or 3 times during the week. Okay, and इसलिए उसको जाके आज पिक आउट किया है. So this is the way you need to go about it, and you just keep going about your trades in this way. आपको ना मार्केट में प्रॉफिट बुक करना ही है. No two ways about it. आप you will be successful in the market. All you need to do is you need to follow this process. Just see this how it is working. It will work. It will work for all of you. Not only me, all of you will be able to go and do this. Okay. Let us check out Bank Nifty now. What is happening in the Bank Nifty? The Bank Nifty also pretty much inside CPR, so and in no trading zone. ठीक है. निफ्टी बैंक निफ्टी में ज़्यादा है नहीं, बट कम से कम स्टॉक तो ढूंढ रहे हैं हम लोग, और स्टॉक इतना अच्छा अच्छा स्टॉक हम लोग ढूंढ रहे हैं, और ये सारे स्टॉक आप भी ढूंढ सकते हो. ओके. And again, I would request you once again to go and like that video. Please hit the like button if you haven't done. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, and please sort of um, info share the link of this live session with your friends as well. Okay. And that has brings me to the end of today's session. I would like to thank all of you for being a very good audience today, being very participative as always today. And all of you guys like Ganesh, Ranjan, superb. You guys are awesome. You guys have come up with some very good trades. Everyone else also who participated, great. Ashit, Mangesh, Praveen, Shelke, Shashikala, Ismail, yeah, all of you guys, Madhu, yeah, Clinton, Arjun Patel, Vivek, all of you guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. And I will see you again in my next session tomorrow. Till then, have a very great day of trading, and goodbye, and have a good day.